in 5, 4, 3.
Hello, everyone, and it's nice to be with you today again on our virtual clubhouse. It's so good to be enjoying this incredible fall weather. Today, the sun is shining, and that's so nice, and I hope we find you well and rested and enjoying your fall. If you are enjoying this episode, please, or watching it, please let us know. Just like this link, or if you have a question for our presenter today, or a thought, or just something you want to tell us, we'd love to hear from you. You can put the question right in the comment box, and then we'll feed it to our guest today. And if you think someone would really enjoy watching this and you want to share it, we love to share the wealth at Gilda's Club. So please do that. This will be recorded and it'll be on our Facebook page, on our YouTube page, and on our webpage. So there's a lot of places to access it. So today we have a very special guest with us, Reyna Garcia. And Reyna is a cultural worker and social activist. She's also an artist, and I just want to show you a little bit. Here's one of her art pieces that is very beautiful. I just love this. What is this called, Reyna? The name of this one?
This artwork called is a series of Voices of Hope. It's 3 paintings of that series.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Voices of Hope. I love it. It's just so incredibly beautiful. And she also is the owner of Reyna's Gallery, Latino Cultural Art. And that is an educational community project that uses visual arts, poetry, workshops, presentations, performances, and installations to bring awareness about Latino culture. Welcome, Reyna. It's nice to have you with us.
Thank you so much for the invitation and also for letting me be part of this conversation. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It's really our honor and joy to have you here.
Gracias.
So today our topic is Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead. And it's also in celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month. And it's a holiday that's coming up on November 1st. So, I love that we're doing this topic because at Gilda's Club in our grief groups, we find it very important to honor and to talk about and memorialize and remember the people in our lives that have died. And we really feel strongly that this is such an important part of our grief journey, about integrating that death happens in our lives and moving forward, not without that person, but with that person, with the history of that person in our lives, and not to forget that. And so this point of remembering is such a beautiful tradition. And I'm so glad that we're going to be talking about this. So we have a wonderful book, and we're going to read that. And then we're going to have a presentation by Reyna about ofrendas, which I'm very excited about. So we have the Day of the Dead, or Dia de los Muertos book by Kerry Logan. Oh, I'm going to say it again. Hollihan. I still want to put a G in there. And then the explanation of the ofrendas. So shall we read the book?
Sí, vamos a leerlo.
All right.
Dia de los Muertos.
Day of the Dead.
Por Kerry Logan. Cuando octubre se acerca a su fin, los chicos y chicas en México y en otros países de Latinoamérica comienzan a sonreír. Es tiempo de celebrar el Día de los Muertos, En los primeros días de noviembre, las familias se reúnen para recordar a sus seres queridos que han muerto.
As October ends, oh, we're getting a little bit of feedback, aren't we? Sorry. As October ends, children in Mexico and other Latin countries start to smile. It is a time to celebrate Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead. On the first 2 days of November, families gather to remember their loved ones who have died. Oh, there we go.
El Día de los Muertos se remonta a los primeros habitantes de México, como los aztecas. Los aztecas creían que el espíritu de los muertos regresaba a la tierra una vez al año. Los aztecas dejaban flores y frutas para ayudar a los espíritus en su camino.
Day of the Dead dates back to early groups of people in Mexico, such as the Aztecs. They believed that the spirits of the dead traveled back to Earth once a year. These early groups left offerings of flowers and fruit to help the spirits on their way.
Grupos de católicos de España llegaron a México en los años 1500. Los católicos recuerdan a sus muertos durante el Día de Todos los Santos y el Día de los Fieles Difuntos, el 1 y 2 de noviembre. Los mexicanos combinaron su celebración con las fiestas católicas. Estas fiestas se convirtieron en el Día de los Muertos.
Catholics from Spain came to Mexico in the 1500s. Catholics remember their dead on November 2nd, 1st and 2nd, All Saints' Day and All Souls' Day. Mexicans mixed their celebration with the Catholic celebration. Together, these two celebrations became Day of the Dead. I did not know this fact. That was so interesting to me.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. It's a combination.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yes, it's so beautiful to know about how this celebration came from.
Yeah.
Durante el Día de los Muertos, las familias ponen ofrendas o altares en sus casas para recordar a sus seres queridos. En los altares se colocan fotografías de los muertos, los niños escriben notas y hacen dibujos. A veces las familias ponen las ofrendas en las tumbas de los familiares.
During the Day of the Dead, families set up an ofrenda, an altar to remember the loved ones in their homes. Families set photos of the dead there. Children write notes and draw pictures. Sometimes families place ofrendas on graves as well. That's beautiful.
Las ofrendas tienen muchas sorpresas, tales como calaveras y pequeños juguetes. El papel picado cuelga de los techos y adorna las mesas. Las flores de cempasúchil reciben a los espíritus. Muchos creen que esas brillantes flores amarillas atraen a los espíritus.
Ofrendas are loaded with offerings such as skulls and small toys. Rows of colorful paper cutouts called, how do you say that?
Papel picado.
Okay, fly from strings. Papel picado.
Papel picado. Papel picado.
Oh, those are beautiful. Marigolds welcome the spirits. Many believe that the spirits look for these bright yellow flowers.
Durante el Día de los Muertos se cocina la comida favorita de los seres queridos que han muerto. Los visitantes comen tamales con carne, quesos y nueces. Además se comen dulces y frutas. Los niños escriben sus nombres en calaveras de azúcar. Muchos niños se comen sus calaveras.
During the Day of the Dead, families cook foods that their loved ones liked. When visitors come, everyone eats. They feast on tamales made with meat, cheese, or nuts. They snack on fruit and sweets. Children write their names on sugar skulls. Some kids take a bite. Tamales are one of my favorite foods.
Yes, it's a lot of variety of tamales that we can taste. are so delicious.
Yes.
Cuando llega el Día de los Muertos, los panaderos venden pan de muerto. Muchos panaderos ponen una pequeña forma redonda sobre el pan que representa una calavera. Otras piezas delgadas sobre el pan representan los huesos.
When Day of the Dead arrives, bakers sell pan de muerto, or bread of the dead. Many bakers put small round pieces on top that is meant to be the skull, and skinny pieces on the sides that are meant to be the bones. How interesting.
Yes, it is. El Día de los Muertos es hora de reír. La gente escribe pequeños poemas que hacen burla a las personas famosas. Los músicos entonan canciones. Los artistas visten esqueletos de forma divertida jugando el fútbol, manejando un automóvil o yendo de compras.
This celebration is a time to make people laugh. People write short poems that make fun of famous men and women. Musicians sing and play. Artists dress skeletons in clothes and position them in ways that make them look like they are playing ball, shopping, and driving.
El Día de los Muertos se celebra cada día más en Estados Unidos. Los mexicoamericanos hacen ofrendas y comen pan de muerto. Los niños juegan con calaveras de juguete y esqueletos de papel. Muchos mexicoamericanos y otros latinos en los Estados Unidos celebran el Día de los Muertos con sus seres queridos.
Day of the Dead is being celebrated more often in the United States. Mexican Americans build ofrendas and eat pan de muerto. Children play with toy skulls and paper skeletons. Mexican Americans and other Latinos spend this holiday with loved ones.
Las calaveras y los esqueletos de Día de Muertos parecen dar miedo, pero los latinoamericanos encuentran gran gozo en esta celebración. Es tiempo de recordar a los seres queridos. Durante el Día de Muertos se celebra el importante camino entre la vida y la muerte.
The skulls and skeleton of Day of the Dead might seem scary. However, Latin Americans find a great joy in this holiday. They think about the people they once knew and still love now. During the Day of the Dead, people celebrate life and death as important journeys. The end. That was great.
Sí, muchas gracias, Melissa. You read so beautiful this book.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
thank you. You do too. It was lovely to do it together.
Yes, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, and I love that you picked this book. I learned quite a bit that I had no idea about this celebration, which is just really has enriched my experience already. So thank you.
Yes, I think so. It's important to know how can we celebrate specific this tradition, because people can misunderstanding why we are like you doing the offerings or the altars, and it's not something disrespectful for people that they already pass away. It's something so different. Yes.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it also gives permission for people to celebrate life and death.
Yes.
And to almost right size it, that it's a part of our experience. It's something that we're all going to experience, either someone close to us or ourselves. And so it really gives it a time of marking, a time of accepting, a time of integrating and celebrating. And I really, it is really a part of the American culture that is missing in a big way. Yeah.
Yes, I think it's important to celebrate, because I understand when we have a loss, we suffer a lot, we miss the person, and it's a lot to heal. And I think this celebration helped us to be with them, to welcoming them to the earth to come with us. And how the book says, a part of the celebration, we are not sad about it. It's more like it's a great opportunity to be with them. And yeah, we have that part. I love the part when we write the poems in calaveritas, and we dedicate it to people, even people that are still alive. And it's so funny how we make jokes about death. And it's not something bad. It's like sometimes we need to laugh about it, because how you say, death and life, we need to celebrate both. Because in the end of the day, we are not here in this earth forever. One day we are gonna, our life is gonna be end. And well, what a beautiful thing that people remember us after that.
Yes, I agree. And I think it helps us also to shift our perspective on how precious this life is and how precious our connections are, and really strengthens that continually.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it was so beautiful. Well, you have a presentation too about the ofrendas, and you're gonna teach us about that, yes?
Yes, I'm gonna share a little bit my experience and how Reyna Garcia, I'm Reyna Garcia, and today I'm gonna talk a little bit why I celebrate the Day of the Dead. We can go next. Wait, why I celebrate the Day of the Dead? For me is this time of the year is, I'm expecting this time because fall is so beautiful in Michigan and everywhere, I think so. And here we can see how the seasons change. And if you don't live in Michigan, it's so beautiful how the trees are changing colors, and it means a lot for me. Thinking about, oh, it's time to start preparing the altars, the ofrendas, and we can go next, please. And when I want to share with you why I celebrate the Day of the Dead. First of all, I appreciate my mom. She was my influencer in why I celebrate the Day of the Dead. Her name was Reyna Morales. She born August 6, 1942, and she passed away October 2002. Obviously, when she passed away, it was very hard situation to understand why she left me in this place by myself, thinking about what she did for me when my childhood and everything. But now, after 19 years, I understand, okay, I need to keep going, and I need to remember her in that way, like she teach me a lot of things that who I am right now as a human being. And I remember my childhood, my mom always, when the time to start building the altars and creating the altars, she started talking, okay, let's find the pictures. First of all, we need to have a picture of the person that we're going to offer the altar. And we start looking for pictures of our loved ones that already passed away. And then she started telling me, okay, we need to offer in the food that they love, or things that they love, or they enjoy. And then we put some items, personal items from our loved ones. And also she started cooking. And I really enjoy it to go with her to the mercado, the market, and get all the fruit and all the flowers, the cempasúchil flowers that are similar from here. Probably Michigan has similar flowers that you can see in my bag. The cempasúchil is kind of color of orange, and it's so beautiful and it smells so good. And when we start doing all this activity with her, I was like, I saw her face enjoying, like telling me, okay, they are gonna come, and we need to wait for them, and we need to welcome them. And I believe at that time when I was a little kid that they are gonna be with us. And it was my heart was so full of joy when my mom started telling me the stories of my loved ones that already passed away. And this is another important thing. What we do when we have the altars is remember them. what they did with us, how they enjoy their life with us together. And that time you don't miss that part, like, oh, they die and we are sad. No, it's like they are gonna come, they are visit us. We gotta be ready. And we use some items if you wanted to enjoy this celebration with us, because this celebration is start in Mexico. We have papel picado. You need only a few items. When you need papel picado, you can see in the back in my altar, we have the papel picado. You can put it around the table. You choose the picture. You can put more than one picture. And yeah, thank you. You can put one than more picture of your loved ones, and you can put some items what they love to eat, some items that they wear, or something that you wanted to share in the altar. And when we were reading the book, we have bread that represent the dead, the skeletons, the bones. But don't worry about, it's not made by dead people. It's just made by the bake, and it's so good. The bread, you put it in your altar. Also, we use salt. We put some salt in the altar and incense. So you can make something very simple, but represent that you are welcoming your loved ones in this offering. And it's so beautiful. You're gonna feel so beautiful things in your heart, like thinking about those days. They are gonna come and visit you. It's not something that we are afraid or we are scared about it. It's nothing like that. But I really love the way that my mom teaching me. And also we need the candles that represent the light to the path that they walk to come over here. And also we make sugar skulls, and we put names of the sugar skulls. Even for people still alive, we just put the names. And it's kind of jokes that we do with this celebration. And the sugar skull, you can eat it after that. If you want it, you can eat it. But it looks so beautiful also in your ofrenda. So for me, doing this celebration here in the United States with my kids, now with my grandkids, is to bring this legacy from my ancestors. And that reinforced the identity for them, for me to not forget what I learned in my childhood with my mom, that she was a person who I learned from. And I celebrate this, right. Thank you so much for this picture. Yes, this is my son, Jordan. Every year we do our face painting about the Catherine and the Katrina. And it's another story that I need to let you know another time, because now we don't have enough time. But this is my granddaughter, Analia, that she loves to celebrate this tradition with me. And I explained to her about Mama Reyna, is how I call my mom, and my loved ones. I already passed away, and she's very interested to know about her and to know about the picture of people that I have in my altar. So that is a beautiful thing, that you can connect through the stories with your kids, grandkids, to continue this celebration. We can go next. Thank you. Also, I love to bring, as a cultural artist, and I love to bring this celebration with my friends. And I got invited in different spaces to talk about it, or to do an altars and dedicated to people that, like this place, Circoplan Center, is an Spanish immersion camp that people learn Spanish, and we share our culture. And here we were with Chuy Negrete. He was one a singer and writer, and he passed away last year. So yeah, we did that on 2019 with him, and he was singing songs. And four of my friends, we sing with him and read poetry. So it's how we celebrate in that space. And my friend Iris, she's here. We did a makeup for her and all the outfit for the Katrina, and we were honoring another friend that passed away, Marta. So it's how I celebrate with my friends, teaching them how I start doing all this tradition since I was a child. So it's very nice also to continue sharing this celebration with friends, and people can learn from our culture. We can go next. Another thing that I do and I really love is when people start reaching me, like Melissa reaching me out for asking me to do this presentation. I really love when people is interested to talk or to share about the Day of the Dead or to know more about the Day of the Dead. So I remember I got invited for the owner of this specific place, and she told me, okay, she's a Mexican owner, Carla. She invited me to build the altar for her, and she told me I wanted to celebrate my store, and we collaborate. And collaboration also create the connections to continue extending this culture to the places here in Grand Rapids. Next, please. And another part of my activism or with working with the community is honor memory of people from the community. We have two great women that every year I try to remember them. Is one is Ofelia Osorio. She got cancer and she passed away, and she was a very lovely a human being that helps a lot of people from the Latino community. And for me, it's important to keep remember her memory for all the things that she did for us. And we have a lot of stories to share about her, how she helps, how strong she was in the way, like it takes a long time to, before she passed away, the suffering that she has. And we really enjoy and have a lot of memories of her. And Sammy, she was working in one of the elementary schools, Cesar Chavez, and Sammy passed away in the same that they told us she passed away. And for me, Sammy was a symbol of happiness and support for a lot of families in the community. And also she celebrated with the community in different events. She was a very good organizer. So for me, it's important to continue talking with the community about them, to not forget them. So it's part of my work as a cultural worker, and continue bringing those memories of these women that did a lot for us. Next. And also, Day of the Day is a good time to share stories. And how I mentioned before, my activism, I bring topics like some activists that they pass away for the system, the injustice that they murder them because they are taking care of the land and in their countries, and it's hard to survive if you are doing something good for your people. So I try to bring those topics to also educate people about what's happening in other places. And we can go next. And last year, I offered this this altar to Vanessa Guillen. It was very, for us as a Latinos, that young lady, she, when she passed away, it was a story that everybody started listening and talking about it. So I decided to, when things like that happening during the year, I offered my altars to them, and to start talking about those causes or those injustice and bring more information about it. We can go next. And we need to remember in 2008, the tradition of the Day of the Dead was inscribed by the representative list on intangible cultural heritage of humanity by UNESCO. So this celebration is already very important, and for me it's a cultural heritage. The UNESCO already mentioned that since 2008 is part of the representative list on intangible cultural heritage. So for me, it's an amazing celebration. I love that celebration, and I wanted to say thank you so much for giving me the space to be here and talk about it. Gracias.
Oh, that was wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing both your personal story and your cultural work, your justice work, and really beautiful. Yeah.
Gracias.
Yeah. Oh, so, and just to say that I set up an ofrenda here for my mom actually just died in May. And so there's part of her, and then I brought in my dad, and so it really was just thinking about it and then doing it and thinking about what foods they liked and what kinds of things they brought into my life that enriched my life and how I can celebrate them. Just was really a lovely experience of doing that, and really appreciate that. So thank you for bringing that into my life.
Gracias, Melissa, and I'm sorry for your loss, recently lost. I know it's hard. And I'm so happy that you are doing your altar in your house in honor for your loved ones. And also, if the community wants to know more about the altars, they can visit the libraries. The main library, I'm gonna build the altars this year, and also the Madison Library and the Cook Library. So we're gonna be in 3 branches, and they can come and learn more about what we are doing with this celebration.
Great. And then we'll post information about your center so people can contact you there also. Is that all right?
Yes, they can. It's gonna be open during the times the branches are open, so you can come and visit the altars. You are very free to come, and also they have a kit for the Day of the Dead, and you can build your own altar in your house. So it's gonna be an amazing celebration, thanks to the Grand Rapids Public Library.
Oh, that's wonderful. And what are the dates for that?
The altars are gonna be set up in the 25, October 25th.
Mm-hmm.
You are gonna see complete set up the altars in the 3 branches.
Great. Excellent. Oh, well, something to definitely look forward to and plan to visit. Thank you very much.
Gracias, Melissa.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. What a beautifully rich and lovely time we've had here in discussion. And I hope that you're inspired by this talk and book reading and sharing. And if you do set up an altar, want to snap a picture of it and send it to us, we'd love to see it. And what kind of food and all of that kind of thing that you put on your ofrenda. So let us know. And if you are new to Gilda's Club and you're new to a cancer or grief journey, you'd like to know more about our free support program, we would love to talk with you. All you have to do is give us a call, 453-8300, and we'll help you get connected. You can also look at our website, gildasclubgr.org. And remember, this is recorded, so you can watch this as many times as you would like. And you can share it on your Facebook page if you'd like, or you can make a comment or send us those pictures. We really would love to see them. Also on our website is our calendar. Keep a lookout for that, especially if you're already a member, that we are starting to just dip our toes back into the in-person world, and we have some hybrid groups going on. All of that information is there, and you can see that. And again, Reyna, thank you so much for being with me and all the work that you do here in Grand Rapids. You are a precious jewel in Grand Rapids, and we appreciate so much you and all the work you do.
Muchas gracias, Melissa, for the invitation, and thank you for all the people to connect, and you're gonna see the video. Thank you so much for to Gilda's Club for the invitation. I really enjoy it. Thank you.
Oh, great. I hope we can do more things together in the future. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you guys next week, and take care and be well. Bye-bye.